Hey everyone, welcome again to my channel. Today I'm taking you with me to another bookish event. Well, not really only bookish, there were a lot of other things because we were even, I think, the only bookish booth there was. But I'm taking you with me to the Duystere Markt, or translated to English, the Darkest Market, which was a new event for us. But before we go to meet our dark side, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome to Quillscene. My name is Megan. If you like things that have to do with magic, with reading, with writing, with books, with Harry Potter, with Marvel, with DC, with anything geeky really, then you're in the right place. Make sure to click on the magical subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell, because on that side you'll always get a notification whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, as I said, it's time to meet our darkest side. For the ones who saw my previous video, yes, no outfit change, because one, I was a bit lazy, I didn't feel like doing an outfit change, plus I'm filming the previous video, in case you saw it, and this video back to back, since the events also took place in the same weekend, because as I said, my previous video was about art at the castle, which was actually Saturday the 10th and Sunday the 11th of December. But sadly, when they announced art at the castle, I already had this event planned, being the Darkest Market, the Duystere Markt, on the 11th of December. So I told the organization of art at the castle that, and we eventually agreed that I would be present at the castle on Saturday, and then that I could go to the Duystere Markt on Sunday. So the Duystere Markt, little bit of a disclaimer before I show you any footage, is more like, a gothic rarity event actually. There, as you will see in the footage, will be a lot of taxidermy, things with a lot of bones, butterflies, and bunnies and stuff like that. Taxidermy. So if you don't like that, don't watch the footage. Though I have to note that all the things that were used to make those skeletons and those art pieces, because sometimes then the taxidermy, because there were of course booths that did like the normal taxidermy and skeleton things, sculptures, the normal standard how the animals actually look, but there were also then like the fantasy taxidermy and fantasy skeletons, which would be then like a taxidermy hare, for example, dressed up as the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, or people would combine different skeletons so that you could get like fantasy creatures and stuff like that. So that was also there. But all the materials, the organic materials, were ethically sourced, which means that there were no, at least for as far as I know, because again, they put disclaimers on that, so I'm just sharing that disclaimer, but of course I don't know if they told the truth, but as far as I know, they're telling the truth. So all those organic materials were ethically sourced. There were no creatures or, well, animals killed for their bones or for their fur. So it were all skeletons and animals that are retrieved from after they died, or from zoos, or from because I know there was one person who did like the bugs and the butterflies taxidermy, and she worked with a butterfly garden somewhere, I think in Antwerp or something, if I'm not mistaken. And they would contact her whenever they had like a few carcasses, if you can say that, from a butterfly. Again, I'm not a specialist. When butterflies had died from natural causes, and then they would save that for her, she would pick them up and then she would use them for her taxidermy. So again, things like that will be shown in the next footage that you will see. So if you don't like stuff like that, don't watch this video or try to skip that part. But yeah, as I said, on the 11th of December, a Sunday, it was the Duystere Markt. It was hosted at Torpark in Genk, which is Limburg. And it was hosted at like an old building of the mine builders. It used to host like, well, it was used to be the home of the trains, if I'm not mistaken, where they would, you know, put the trains and the wagons away for the night. They tried to remodel it a bit, though there are like still cracks in the walls and stuff like that that are just, you know, closed off with plexiglass plates, because they can't, because it's, of course, the building is protected by the country, so they aren't allowed to make big changes. But yeah, the buildings at Torpark are now used for events or for business meetings and stuff like that. It was a bit cold because of those cracks in the walls, but it was a vibe. I can tell you that. It was, you know, we're used to do fantasy events with our fantasy books. So it was fun to also, you know, discover the dark side a bit and like the gothic side. And again, with taxidermy and skeletons, it has an entire other vibe, but it was very interesting to see. It was also very fun. The event itself took place from, well, it opened for the public at 10 a.m. and ran till 6 p.m. So it was a day event, but because it was just one day, it wasn't that tiring, though it was the last of our group events of the year. And next to myself and my mom, also, now I have to take a look at my list. Pen Stewart went with us, Mathias Maho, Peter Do, Mielmer Palman, Dimitri Balkaan, Vanessa Gerrits, and Elizabeth Kaland. Those are like my friends from my Writers Collective, because we booked that as a booth for our Writers Collective. We noticed that, because also it was like we had agreed to go to the Duystere Markt a few months before. So I think it was September when I filled in the needed documents. But you notice that the people who visited the Duystere Markt were not that immediately, you know, readers or fantasy readers. And they didn't expect us to be there with books. So because of that, we had to use a bit of more energy to sell a book if you compare it to a normal fantasy event. But my mom, she had a part of the booth with the things we make, our magical creations, as we call them. We make like display potions from Harry Potter, but also from Disney and stuff like that. We make also witchy balls, as you can probably see in the footage. And those sold incredibly. So the potions were a hit, the books a little bit less, but still we are already thinking about going again this year in 2023. and with that, we came to my haul from the Duystere Markt. I bought 2 things. Well, technically I was gifted 1 thing and bought the other thing. Because, as I said, this event took place on the 11th of December and my birthday is on the 16th of December. So for me it was also like, you know, a pre-birthday party with my writing friends, because I knew, as I said before probably, this was our last group event of 2022. And I knew that I wouldn't see my writing friends face to face again until like April 2023 with facts. So yeah, it was like a little pre-birthday party with my writing friends. And there was one booth from a girl who was actually a tattoo artist, but she also made like witchy fantasy drawings. And she had a beautiful, beautiful set of tarot cards that was quite expensive, but I was like, you know, it's my birthday almost, so it was, I will probably buy that as a little birthday gift for myself. But she also had like an entire set of pins with the 12 zodiac signs, and I was eyeing the Sagittarius pin because, again, I'm a Sagittarius, and I also collect pins, and I'm a celestial witch, so it was like, you know, everything came together. But that was like when I did like my first walk around the park, you know, together with Elizabeth. And then I went back to my booth because I normally don't take my money with me the first time I walk around. I do that mostly the second time when I go, you know, to shop. But then, as I was back at the booth, I think an hour later, and suddenly Elizabeth stood before me, and she handed me the zodiac pin that I was eyeing as a birthday present. And I was, of course, like, you didn't have to do that, but yeah, I was very happy with it, because, again, otherwise I would have bought it myself. Yeah, I love this pin so much, because it's shaped kind of like a tarot card. But then, of course, with the Sagittarius symbol being bow and arrow. And you, of course, have on the background, you have a moon and stars. So again, Celestial Witch, me happy. So thank you again, Elizabeth, for this beautiful pin. And as I said, so the booth where the pin also is from, I think you can see it above, her company is called Viralis, and again, as I said, if I'm not mistaken, she was a tattoo artist, but who also made like then witchy things, and as I said, she had a beautiful set of tarot cards that she had drawn each of them, and then each of them was also covered in gold foiling, and I was immediately obsessed with them. I fell in love with them. So yeah, the price of it was a bit pricey, but again, it was, you know, every card was hand drawn. The design of it, she had designed them all by herself. It has minor and major arcana because it's a thick pack of it. And then, of course, the gold foiling. So, if I'm not mistaken, this pack was almost €100, which is quite expensive. But again, it was my birthday almost. So, and then when she packed it, because she wrapped it in like this little bag, and then there was black tissue paper, and then there was twine, and in the twine she also added this little piece of quartz. Well, it's a tower of quartz, but it's raw quartz. So yeah, that was an extra, little extra. And then this is how the box looks. And now you're going to see one of the most expensive packs. Well, it is the most expensive pack that I own of tarot cards. I have a few of them. Again, Celestial Witch, and I love tarot cards and oracle cards. So I have quite a few sets of them. So the back of each card is just her logo, which is a crescent moon with a few stars. And then each card is an original design by her. in gold foiling. So this is the Queen of Swords, and it's like a little puppy, or yeah, a dog with a crown who is holding a sword. And you have like the Seven of Swords, for example, or is a dove, or well, a bird in either way, that is pierced by 7 swords. Here we have 6 of Swords, which is a crow in a bow with 6 swords, and so on and so on. Then, of course, the major arcana, we have like the High Priestess. This one is very spooky. It's basically a carcass of, well, ripped from a skeleton with a piece of cloth around. The Lovers, this one is cute, are 2 owls. The Star is like, I think it's called a mongoose, with a star in the background. The sun is a sun with an eye, so it's very beautiful. This one is also pretty world with like a hand that almost holds a globe as a Christmas ornament. So yeah, this one I love the artwork. As a writer, I find like artwork on tarot cards also like a source of inspiration. And of course, as a witch, I couldn't pass up on these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tarot cards. I mean, for example, the card Death, she used a jellyfish. I mean, yeah, I just love her artwork. Yeah, again, it's one of the most expensive tarot card decks that I ever bought and probably ever will buy, but I'm so happy with this artwork. I mean, look at the King of Pentacles. It's a leopard on a pentacle with a crown. I see my black cat who is meowing in the background in it. So yeah, I can stare for hours at these tarot cards. I have to put them away because otherwise we'll be here for hours. But yeah, that was everything I bought at the Duystere Markt. And with that, we're already at the end of the video. If you like this video, please give it a little thumbs up, because it's more than you think. And also feel free to leave a comment down below. In the description box, I will also put another list of all the writers that were present at our booth. Though I think only Dimitri has English books. For the rest, we are all Dutch authors. But yeah, I'll put, as usual, the names below in case you're interested. All I have to say then is thank you guys so much for watching. And hopefully I see you guys soon for another bookish, magical, probably on the go video. Bye!